With a lot of fighting games coming up, I think it would be best to put out some guide for various characters in the series. First up, let's talk about Ember and Hyde. Hyde is a rushdown character with a fireball, a DP, and everything else you would expect from Soto. First, let's go over his normal attack. 5A is your standard 5A where Hyde takes a jab at the opponent's foot, but despite his appearance, it hits mid so it can be blocked from both sides. 2A is your typical crouching kick. It should only be used for minor stagger and to start your combos. 5B is a vertical slash with high sword. It has very good damage, good range, and is used most of the time in your combos. 2B is your secondary poke. With a crouching slash, a good poke, and it has some decent damage and range to go to boot. But even so, 2B should not be your primary, it should be 2A. 5C is a very large slash with a good range and really good damage. It should be a primary use for all Hyde players alike. It can even be charged up for more damage. It is really used in combos. 2C is a sweep that hits low and causes a hard knockdown. It should only be used if you want to use okizeme or as a combo extender for chain step. Jumping A is a 2-hitting jumping normal that hits down and in front and high. It should really be used for a combo extender. Jumping B is a large vertical slash that covers below Hyde. Keep in mind that jumping B will only hit below Hyde if the opponent is on the ground and in front of Hyde if the opponent is in the air. Keep in mind that when you try to do some combos or try to jump in. Jumping C should be used as your primary jump in to jumping B as it covers more horizontal space in it. And it can also be used as a combo starter, which can really lead to some damage in combos. Just like 5C, it can also be used as the target move for more damage. Next, let's go over some command normals. This B is a 2-hitting move that can be comboed into any of your ground normals. It is a 2-hitting move that you can follow up with the JA or JB to follow up a combo. 3B is a pretty good utility move as it hits low and picks up down the opponent. Timing is strict though, so make sure you learn it first before you try it online. 3C is your primary launcher as it releases a large crouching vertical slash. It should be used as a combo extender into JA, JB, JG, or any super. Jumping 6C is a more horizontal version of Jumping C, and Wallbounces on hit. It should really be used on corner combos where you can actually hit the wall. Next up, let's go over some dashing normals. Dashing B can look like nothing when you get on hit, but on counter hit, it leads to a knockdown for even more damage. Dashing C is negative on block, but crumbles on hit and leads to damaging combos. Use it sparingly. So keep in mind that if you're close enough and you do dashing C on your opponent, you can actually have the chance to cross over your opponent. The chart version now has longer startup, more damage, and it now works as an overhead, but now it can only be cancelled into chain shift. Throw it can only be comboable in the corner. Now let's move on to a special attack. Black Orbiter. A standard projectile with decent size and decent recovery. The A version moves slower, while the B version is faster, but they both do the same damage. And it can also be followed up with 2 special moves. Dark Lotus does the least amount of damage out of the 2, but it can be comboable into other moves, which makes it more viable. Bench Sinister is my personal favorite as it leads to more damage and a hard knockdown, but if you want more bang for your buck, Dark Lotus is your way to go. Red Cloud Cleaver is your traditional DP. While A does not do as much damage as B is more vulnerable if you block it and can lead to a high counter if they punish it. Sif is a rekkas series that hits 3 times and slams the opponent into the ground. The A version is slower and does more damage. The B version does a sharper angle and does more damage. It can drop, so be careful of doing this one if you don't think it's going to hit. Style Scare is a ground spike that comes out of the ground. These versions has a certain distance. The A version goes right in front of you, while the B version goes half screen. You have to pick which one you want to do, as either one will get you punished if they block you. Dark Lotus is a air version of its strong counterpart. It works for okizeme tactics and is a good misstep game. A version sends you backwards, while the B version sends you forward. Be careful of doing B one though, as you are not able to do any more air actions after you do it. Now it's time for ESS. Wallbounces ESS increases the size, damage, and the number of hits it does. It also sets up for some vigorous pressuring and opens your opponent to another combo if it hits. It's best used if you think you can get the kill with that combo. Red Cloud Capital ESS just does more damage and does more hits. Nothing to say about here. Sif ESS is the same way. It does more damage and it moves to your opponent. Scare ESS start from the same position as your A version, but move forward like a wave. Keep in mind that this also goes off screen if you're in the corner, so don't rely on it being just like a trap. Dark Lotus ESS works the same way. It does more damage, it increases the size, and it automatically sends you backwards. Exclusive to the C button, Hyde stabs into the ground and performs a DP that ends with a kick. It is mostly used as a combo ender. Gale Vortex, exclusive to the D button. Gale Vortex surrounds the player with some red light and does a ton of damage. And it can also be followed up in a combo if you figure out the right one. And now let's put them all together for some basic bread and butter combos. Keep in mind that this game is only a few days old, so most of these combos may not be optimized. Experiment and see what you like, and watch some videos to see some better combos. Thanks for watching this beginner's guide. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me who has to make a beginner's guide to next. This game is a lot of fun, and I can't wait to put some more coverage of it. See you guys later. 跳ねるしぶきが瞳を染める赤金の空映して凍る歯車重くきしませ幾重の時をさまよう空を星なりの向こうへあらがえ貫けその想いを全て失いゆくのならあらがえ駆け出せその体を縛る鎖を断ち切って怖くない唇に偽りをそれでも逃げないでこのまま落ちて果てる今なら